I want to be clear about something before I say what I'm about to say. I'm not saying I'm smarter than scientists. I didn't go through the education system for years of physics training. I don't have a PhD. I'm not claiming any of that. But what I am is someone who came to this subject without the foundational assumptions that are baked in. And that turns out to matter more than I could have ever expected. And let's talk about 2023, a LoRaWAN signal, 25 milliwatts of power, a device you could hold in your hand, traveled 830 miles from a boat off the coast of Portugal to the Canary Islands at sea level. Sea level. That's a documented world record. When I asked for scientific explanation, I was told tropospheric ducting, the atmospheric conditions that bend radio waves over the horizon, was the mechanism. When I asked if ducting was actually measured during that specific transmission, the answer was no. It was inferred because on a curved Earth at sea level, the signal geometrically shouldn't have made it. So ducting must have occurred. That's the explanation. That's not bad science. That's science operating inside its own assumption set. The scientists involved are applying rigorous methods to a question asked entirely within the globe framework. They're not being dishonest. They're not even being careless. They're just not considering a variable their training never gave them permission to consider. That variable would be that the plane might be level. This is how foundational assumptions work. They get tested from inside the system. They get assumed and everything gets explained around them. The spherical Earth assumption runs so deep in navigation, radio engineering, satellite positioning, and atmospheric modeling simultaneously that questioning it isn't even on the table. Not because of a conspiracy, because of how specialized expertise works. Nobody closed the measurement gap on that transmission. Not because they couldn't do it, because they didn't think that they needed to. So at the end of the day, they assumed that it must be ducting because there's no other way for the signal to make it over the curvature. But they didn't consider that there might not be any curvature. And that is the issue.